Okay, hey everyone, and welcome to a brand new Class 66 Rocks model review. Now, today we're going to be taking a look at a model truck. Now, it is actually pretty part of my Stobart reviews really, but it is a company that Stobart actually bought out. Now, they had red wagons previously, which probably gives it away, and they mainly ran DAF tractor units, again, which probably gives it away what it's going to be. So without further ado, let's have a look at what we've got today then. Okay, so as you can see today, I've actually taken the model out of the box because the model was on display in the loft, so I've just had to go and get the model out off the shelf just to do the review. So as we can see, it is a Tekno model. Now I think Tekno are actually Deutsch or Belgian, something like that. But like I say, so it is a Tekno model. Now when the model came in the box, it was a lot better packaged. This box has just been lying around since it's been empty, so I just thought I'd show you the box. It has these sponge pieces to keep the model safe during delivery or whatnot. So we've got two of them, as you can see just there. We've also got this plastic film that goes over the top of the box. I mean, I've got some more Tekno models to review anyway, so you'll probably see this a lot better on the ones that I haven't yet put on the shelf in the loft. So we've got that. Now we have actually got a bit of information here, but it is actually quite old actually. It says, for information regarding Tekno production of Tekno model trucks, contact the Tekno agent for Great Britain. But like I say, this is quite an old model, so I don't know whether Les Duploc is still going or is still trading. But like I say, this model is actually quite old, so I don't know how long this piece of paper has been in the box for. Okay, so that's that. So moving back to the box, so as you can see, it's pretty basic actually. There's nothing really much I can say about it. So if you just take a look at the back, it just shows you the types of cabs and trailers that Tekno have produced back in the day. So nothing much there, but if you take a look at the side here, we can see we have a label that says Tekno, the British collection, with the Union Jack flag just there. NR, which is number, it's actually 78. Now I think it must have been 77 at some spell, but this has been crossed out, so like I say, it's 78. The livery is James Irlam, and production is the 10th, 1999. So I'm guessing this is October 1999. So yeah, it is really old, but the model is in an absolutely fantastic condition, and the previous owner has looked after it really well. So as you can see also on the top of the box, again we've got the Tekno wording in white. So we'll just move the box out the way. Oops, and I'll move that bit of foam as well. Okay, so let's get on with today's review then. Now I have coupled the cab and the trailer up, so I'm going to leave them coupled because it took a while to get them to go together. So without further ado, let's have a look at the model then. So as we can see today, we have a DAF XF, as you can see. Now this particular model is actually the James Irlam charity truck, which was named Jimmy. It was in aid of Cancer Research UK. Now when I went to my first ever truck fest in Peterborough many years ago, I'm probably looking at what, maybe 2000s and something, this truck was actually there, so I managed to get a photo of it and get my picture by it. But since then, obviously Irlam's got took over by Stobart's and whatnot, and are no longer in business. So let's take a look at the front of the cab first then. Okay, so taking a look at the front of the cab, so as you can see, we've got some radio aerials just on the top of the cab just here. Moving down, we've got the word Irlam, in red. That's got a white outline around it, and it's also on the white half of the cab, as you can see. Moving down, we've got the blind spot mirrors and the wing mirrors on the left and right hand side. We also have some very detailed windscreen wipers just there, and the name Jimmy in the middle. Now, this actually is similar to Stobart's, isn't it really? Having a name in the middle of the cab. Moving down onto the grille area, as you can see, we've got the 95XF logo on the left, the DAF logo on the right, and we also have some wording just there which says something by Sir Bobby Charlton. I'm not too sure what that says, so I'm just going to try and take a look what it says. And even I can't see it. So what I'll do, I'll just take the camera and the model away for a minute and I'll just have a quick look. Okay, right, so I'm back again. That was quick. It actually says launched by Sir Bobby Charlton. So when this truck obviously was first launched, Bobby Charlton must have been there. So he's pretty put some money into the sponsorship of this truck as well. But we'll have a look at the trailer in a minute and see if there's anything on there that might suggest anything about Bobby Charlton. So moving down, we've got the lights and the indicators on the left and right hand side, and we've also got some fog lamps or spot lamps, whichever you wish to call them, on the bottom left and right hand sides of the bumper as well. Now the truck should have a number plate down there, but I don't know whether that's missing or not, but I think it is actually on the back of the trailer in any case, so I'm not too worried about that. So let's move the truck around to the side now. So as you can see on the side of the truck, we've got quite a bit of information. So as you can see, it's a 4-wheel tractor unit, hence the 2 wheels on either side. So starting with the top of the cab roof by the passenger door, it says Cancer Research Campaign with the logo, and we also have the James Irlam and Sons logo just there to the right hand side of it. Moving down, just below the passenger window, you can see we've got the word James Irlam. Now that's in like a dark yellowish goldish colour, and if we just zoom in again, you can see we have another DAF logo which says DAF XF430. The Leyland DAF logo just there, and this is the registered charity number 225838. So Irlam's must have been part of a charity scheme. I mean, if you've driven for Irlam's or you used to go out spotting them or whatnot, please leave your comments below and I will take a look at that information if it's provided and also reply if I can. So moving down now to the bottom half of the passenger door, so as you can see we have the old head office address, which is Knutsford Road, Chelford, Cheshire SK11 9AS, and the telephone number 01625 861201. Now recently, oops, a bit bad focus there, I'll just zoom out for a minute. So recently Stobart's aren't at that site anymore. It's actually been sold for a housing development. I used to go to that depot myself spotting, and it's not until recently till my uncle drove past, who drives for UPS. He said they've actually moved, so I think they've gone down to Appleton Thorn now, but like I say, Chelford is now going to be a housing estate apparently, so we will see what happens there then. So on the bottom of the truck we can see we have the words Jimmy has the answer to fighting cancer. As mentioned previously, this truck was something to do with Cancer Research UK, or a cancer charity of some sort, but like I say, I think it's Cancer Research UK because we've got the Cancer Research Campaign logo on the top of the cab just there. So let's move on to the trailer now. Okay, so as you can see, it's a triaxle trailer, hence the 3 wheels on either side. So on the front of the trailer we've got the holes where the airlines should go. I don't think Tekno actually fitted their models with airlines, unlike Corgi. But as you can see, we've got a bit of information about the trailer. The overall height is 4.2 metres, which is 13 foot 10. And we've also got the Irlam wording in red just on the top, just there. So as you can see on the side of the trailer, we've got all the sponsors who obviously invested a great amount of money to have their companies put on the side of this trailer. So I'm just going to mention a few of them, just so you know what sort of companies were involved. So we've got Britvic, we have Corgi, Chatfields of Manchester, Michelin, Whitworths, ATS, Aon, Coca-Cola and Schweppes, Typhoon Tea, Ken Thomas, Malcolm Taylor Commercials. So we've got quite a lot actually of businesses who got on board this campaign and put their company names onto the trailer. Now Stobart's did do something a few years back with a truck called Debbie, which had the registration S708ART. I think it was a Volvo FH. So that was their version of a charity truck. I'm not too sure if they've still got that motor. I don't think they have, but I'm sure they might still have the trailer, but I'm not 100% certain. But if you do know about that also, leave your comments below. So as you can see on the bottom of the trailer here, it says "Don't feel sorry, support the lorry," and on the back it says "Jimmy supporting the cancer research campaign." So also, as you can see, we've got some trailer straps running the length of the trailer, and they are printed very neatly in silver. As you can see, as I run my finger over them. So now let's turn the model round to the back and take a look at the back of the trailer. So as you can see, the back of the trailer is actually in yellow. Now it says James Irlam, but the M I think is worn off slightly, and Sons, oops, bit bad focus there, Limited, and it says MB3 fixed price mobile communications, two-way radio service limited. It gives you the phone number as well. Now this trailer number is actually T1000, and that's seen on the left and right hand sides, just below the warning panels or reflective panels, whichever you wish to call them. Now moving down to the bottom of the trailer, we haven't actually got a number plate on the back either, so whether or not this is missing or whether Tekno just didn't put it on. But I think the number plate was actually R100 DAF, but that might be actually on the tracked unit, so we'll have a look for that in a moment. Also, as you can see, we've got the indicators, the brakes and the reversing lights on the bottom left and right hand sides. So I'm just going to try and turn this round to the other side. Like I say, apologies, I can't actually get this to disconnect, so it took a while to connect it back up. So hence why I've had to do it all in one go for this review. So on the other side of the trailer, so as you can see, there's nothing much different. Again, we've got the painted trailer straps running the length of the trailer, as you can see. And again, we've got the information that says Jimmy supporting cancer research campaign, and don't feel sorry, support the lorry. And as you can see, we've got the sponsors a bit more clearly, so I'll just run that past the camera quite slow, so you can see the majority of them. Now you may have noticed I'm actually upstairs again today in one of the other rooms. It's just that we've got an electrician coming this afternoon to take a look at some of the electrics in the living room where I usually do my reviews, so I can't actually do anything there at the minute, so hence why I'm upstairs today. So now let's go back to the cab again. I'll see if I can see that number plate. Ah yes, there's no number plate there either, so obviously this truck wasn't printed with the number plates on. Now, one thing before we finish this review, the cab also tilts like so, so you can see the engine area underneath. So we'll just tilt that back, and we're not going to glue it down. We're actually going to keep it loose so we can tilt it if it's ever on display, if it needs to be tilted. But as you can see again, we've got the James Irlam logo in the top left corner just here, and the Cancer Research Campaign wording plus the logo on the top of the cab, just above the driver's door. Moving down again, you can see we've got the James Irlam wording and the DAF XF 430 badge just there. Again, we've got the Leyland DAF logo and the registered charity number, as well as the old James Irlam head office address. So that is it basically. The Tekno DAF XF in James Irlam livery.